Welcome to Community Partners Interview, where we explore the organizations, opportunities, and resources that look to make change in our daily lives. I'm your host, Prateek Mohanty, and you're listening to Voices for Ability Radio, all abilities, all the time. Today, I'm joined by Sara-Lynn Leask, who is the Community Engagement Coordinator for Supported Choices. Supported Choices' passion lies in enhancing the quality of life for people of all abilities. Supported Choices strives to create meaningful and impactful experiences for each individual they work with. Thank you for joining us today, Sarah Lynn.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
So tell us a little bit more about you. What inspired you to work at Supported Choices? Or why work with individuals with disabilities?
Well, I live with one, so that would be the main reason.
Mhm.
Um, so my son's name is Kelly, and he's 34 years old and has cerebral palsy, acquired from an illness when he was very, very little. And a little over 10 years ago, I was in a position where I had a choice between looking, quitting my job and having care for my son. And those were, I had to find care for him or I was going to have to quit my job. And the places that existed were few and far between. And we live in a rural area in Grey Bruce. And services are sometimes hard to find in rural areas. You often have to travel to them, and that's another barrier. So it was a challenge for me, and I was facing having to quit my job, which was going to be hugely financially a burden. And a friend that I went to high school with have decided that she wasn't happy with the services that were available and decided to start her own business, which became Supported Choices. And Kelly was the very first person who was her client of the day program that she started. And then for a number of years, I did not work there. But just recently, in the last few years, the stars aligned that I had some skills that Supported Choices needed, and they had grown exponentially since day one, way back then. And I was invited to join, and being an advocate for my son and knowing what services are needed in our community, I decided that this was a good fit for me.
Well, that's fantastic. Your stars really did align. While doing my research, I saw that you have a couple of services that you offer. Can you tell us a little bit more about these services?
And it may seem like a couple of services, but one of the things that we strive to do is focus on choice. And that's why it's called Supported Choices.
Mm.
We want our clients to be able to choose what they need, and we try to cater our service to provide what they want. So, there's three kind of primary branches of service that we offer, but we're flexible within those branches. So we have a day program that runs from 9 till 3, Monday to Friday, that provides care for families that need somewhere, or even just community gathering for anyone who needs it. We also have one-to-one services that we provide for our clients that need more direct support or in-home support or community support for activities they're participating in. But we also provide a bit of, I want to say financial services, but it's a little bit more limited. We offer passport intervention services or financial services. So we manage passport funding for those who need some assistance. I'm hoping people know, sometimes being able to use passport funding, which I'll quickly define that passport funding is funding provided by the government to help with community involvement for persons. And it's great that funding is available, but often people are in a financial situation where they're barely able to pay their own rent and buy groceries. So purchasing those extra things that would help them engage better with the community, like technology, or even transportation to and from those community events they want to participate in, is beyond their ability. So what we do is we purchase those services or items for them, and then we process the finances so that we get the refund on their behalf, and takes that financial barrier out of their way.
That's great. Well, what is the leisure program all about?
The leisure program is our day program, and it's super fun, fantastic. My son attends 4 out of 5 days a week. We offer transportation services to and from the day program. because as we live in a rural area, we have people like where the program is based in Hanover, Ontario. And we have people from as far away as Listowel and Mount Forest that come to our program. And I myself, it's a 20-minute drive from my house to the program. So that transportation service is kind of essential to be able to get back and forth so that he can participate. And again, we try to gear it towards choice. So a lot of the programming and activities that are done at the program come from the participants themselves. For example, today, they're actually, while we're talking today, probably not on the day that it airs, but today, while we're talking, there's a community garage sale for a local hospice. And a lot of our participants expressed interest in being able to go and participate in that and see it and be able to buy things. And so our day program is loading up into our vehicles and are going over to do some shopping at the garage sale today. We do crafts and other activities. There's a cooking class that's offered after hours, one night a week, where participants come and cook. And our staff are wonderful, caring people. And as I said, it's all geared, what do you need? What do you want to do? As opposed to being invited to come participate in a program where it's pre-programmed and decided exactly what you're going to do day after day, week after week.
Perfect. Well, are there any restrictions to the services at Supported Choices, such as age, caregiver, or family members only, things of that nature?
No, we don't limit. Anybody who requires the services is welcome. Everyone is welcome. There's no age restrictions whatsoever. We have young people who come that are school age that just need some support away from school. We have summer programs. Actually, we do offer summer programs outside of school and PD days and that kind of thing. And then we have people who are, in their 60s and 70s that we serve as well, all in one space. And we, as I said, we try to cater the activities, et cetera. Sometimes we'll divide into groups and they get to choose which activity they'd like to go do based on their interests and abilities.
That's fantastic. Well, without using any names, can you share a success story with me? What supports were put in place when someone asked for help?
I actually have a really good story. We had a situation where there was a young lady with very, very high needs who mom was very much struggling to support and had made the decision that she needed to reach out and either do home share or et cetera. This young lady needed multiple caregivers involved to keep them safe and happy. And actually, it was the local Children's Aid Society that reached out to us and said, "Can you help us? Can you help us figure out how to support this person? That they need this help." And so we were able to, using our existing staff, and create a stable and safe situation for this person to come to our day program and get it. We had staff in place and a safe space for them. And slowly but surely, as time went on, when they first came to us, they were a 2-on-1 situation that they required extra support to just manage through the day. And as time went on, we were able to create a stable environment for this person. And they no longer require the multiple people, that they can just inhabit the space. Not necessarily on their own. They require a little bit more support. So they're not quite in our 5-to-1 kind of that we have at our day program, but they're a lot more stable and a lot happier in general at our program. And just that idea of catering to what they need and learning about them and then catering the program to them and their needs is really the phrase, your path, our support. We stand by that.
That's fantastic. So are there any events coming up for Supported Choices now that the weather's changed?
Oh, well, I went to a Blue Jays game this past Sunday. Bunch of us loaded up we have a bus. And so a bunch of us loaded up into the bus and went to the Jays game. And we do have our annual fundraising golf tournament coming up, and some of the staff and participants help out with that. We need a new wheelchair van. So we're trying to raise money to get a new wheelchair van. so that we can make sure that all of our participants get to go out and about in the community when we do activities community wise. We do have, I think there's a share tribute coming up that a bunch of our participants are going to. Wednesdays, our beach days every week. We're lucky to live where we live, as much as there are barriers in place. We live within an hour's drive of several beaches. And so on Wednesdays at the day program, the clients and staff are loading up into our vehicles and going to go take a picnic lunch, and they're going to spend the day at one of our local beaches exploring and just enjoying the freedom of being able to go out and be in the community. We have plenty of other trips and events every summer from March to October. Usually we have about once, maybe twice a month, a group activity that happens. So this year I think we're going to see Frozen the musical. Some people are going to the Robin and the Hood Festival, which is a medieval festival, I believe, in Cambridge, Elora, that way. And then we also, Canada's Wonderland, we're making a couple of trips there. The Blue Jays game, of course. And all of these trips come out of requests from our clients. Like it's when kind of at the end of the trip season into the fall, when the weather starts to close in, we tell our client, what do you want to do next year? Give us ideas, give us thoughts.
Well, that's great. What is the one thing you see happening over and over again to individuals with disabilities that shouldn't be? And how do we stop it?
That is a tough one because there's a few of them. But mostly the big reason that I love supported choices versus some other options that are available is that idea of choice, and that instead of this isn't a school. We're not talking about a curriculum, right? Like there isn't a specific curriculum that they have to learn or whatever. This is supposed to be an engaging and community of people. And what I see happening a lot to people with disabilities is that they're tucked away in a little group, and they have their programs, or they have their this, they have their that, but they're not necessarily involved in the greater community. They don't get segregated on purpose. Nobody is intentionally doing this. I think it's just happening because it's easier to supply all of the services they need in one place, right? Like it's that one-stop resource is what people are looking for, and it's easier to do it that way. And I like to see the control over their activities and what they would like to do in the hands of the people that we're serving. And the idea that the choice is taken away. We're talking about people who often live in places of care. So when they eat and when they shower and when they do their laundry and when they go out and those decisions are all taken away. They don't have that autonomy, doesn't exist. And I like to give them as much we can't do anything about some of those choices that are taken away. We can't always change that. But what we can make sure we do is make sure that they have the choice everywhere else in life. Everywhere they can choose, we need to let them choose.
That's really nice. Well, if someone wanted to become a member or a volunteer with supported choices, what is the process as a member or as a volunteer?
It's actually pretty simple. So Kendra Moore and Tamara Carrier are the two main. They own the business. They own the supported choices. And so it's just a matter of a phone call. We have a website, supportedchoices.ca. All of the emails, contact information, that kind of thing can be found there. Information about our programs, about upcoming trips, all that stuff is found on our website. And it's a matter of just a phone call, speak to Tamara or Kendra. And depending on whether you're volunteering or whether you want to become a member or you're interested in supporting in some other way, they'll direct you to the right person. I am the community engagement coordinator, which basically means my job is to do exactly that, engage with the community, talk to the community, find ways to make sure the community knows that we exist and what we're for and that we're there to support people. And so anybody can reach out to me. My email address is engagement at supportedchoices.ca. And there are a few steps after that, but that would be step one.
That's fantastic. So, what is the one thing that everyone needs to know about supported choices?
Our clients are amazing and we have so much fun with them. Like whether it's dancing at a Blue Jays game to, let's go, take me out to the ball game, or just doing a craft at the table in our program. They literally bring joy into the world. I walk in the door, and I don't always work directly with clients. I only do it on occasion. But I walk in the door to that day program, and I feel like Norm on Cheers. Yes, I'm a Gen X. That I walk in the door and everybody greets me, and everybody's always happy to see me, and they want to know what's going on, and they want to tell me what's going on with them. And it's such a real community of people that we all know about each other and care about each other. And you can't manufacture that. You can't create it. And somehow we found the magic there. And it's the staff, the clients. I think the clients really lead the way. When we let them lead the way, they lead us toward this beautiful space we've created.
That is so nice to hear. Thank you so much. That was all. Thank you so much for lending us your time and attention, Sarah. Um, this was your host, Prateek Mohanty from V4A Radio. All abilities, all the time. Have a fantastic weekend ahead.